Hello again, beautiful artists, and welcome back to another episode of Paint Along with Skye. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Skye, and I post beginning level acrylic painting tutorials here on YouTube every Saturday. So hit subscribe if you'd like to join the fun and paint along. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. Okay, so we are fast approaching Easter, so I have a very appropriately themed Easter Bunny acrylic painting tutorial for today for everyone, and I'm using my standard 3 brushes as per usual for this painting. So I have my large square brush, I have a medium-sized pointed brush, and then I have a very small detail brush today, getting those in my water cup off the side of the screen. I have my colors today, my primaries, so red, blue, and yellow, a fair amount of white, because I know I'm going to use a lot of white for this background step, a little bit of black, and then a little bit of phthalo green. If you'd like to see a full materials list of everything that I use, check the description box below. It'll take you to my website and show you everything that you need to paint along. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in with our background step. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix up a purple, and I'm going to use my medium-sized brush for this. You could use your larger brush if you'd like, but I'm going to just have a little bit more control for my color mixing here. So I'm going to use this middle-sized brush, and what we're going to do is create a beautiful lavender. So purple is going to be red and blue together, and then we're going to mix in a little bit of white to bring it up to lavender. Okay, so we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. And purple's kind of hard to see unless you do add a little bit of white. So there we can see that hue that we're getting. Now you could use pre-mixed purple right out of the bottle, but I'm going to be working with my primary colors just to show everyone how many different tones and hues and shades and everything that you can get just with working with your primary colors. And I do have a course now available on Udemy and Skillshare on color theory. So if color mixing is tricky, check out that course, or just buy the colors right from the bottle. No one will know. Okay, a little bit of white now, and I'm mixing up a fair amount of this color because I'm going to use it all over my background, which is why I put so much white there as well. Now, before I fill in my background, I'm going to take this medium-sized brush and do one more thing with it. So I'm going to create where I'm going to have my hill. Now, my hill is going to be in green later, so this is technically going to be sort of the end of the sky. Okay, so we're just going to make a nice little gentle slope there. Then I'm going to retire that brush, and I'm going to grab my big brush, and right in the middle here, I'm going to start with that beautiful lavender color. And that's actually a little bit on the warm side, so I'm going to grab a little bit more blue. You really can't go wrong with this background color though. And honestly, this could be any color that you like. So I'm doing a gorgeous lavender with some blue today, but you could do like teal green or yellow or pink as well. And I think that would look really pretty and very Eastery still. So I want to get some of this base color down, and I'm not going below that little line that I've made for myself. Okay, so we have already kind of 2 areas. That's our little horizon line. So we have our little hill here, and then we have our sky. I'm going to grab a little bit of white. I'm just going to throw that white right in the middle there, and just create some beautiful variation. Okay, so we're really having fun here and mixing a whole bunch of pretty colors. Now I'm gonna grab a little bit of light blue. I'm gonna sneak it over here in my white as well, trying to keep some white clean since I'm going to use that for almost every color in this background here. And then I'm gonna take that gorgeous kind of periwinkle color and add that in a little bit in the middle and then kind of on the outside edges as well. So you're creating sort of a soft sunrise perhaps, or even a sunset, whatever little scene that you would like. But we're gonna keep it in the kind of pastel range to make it, you know, appropriately Easter themed for our Easter painting today. Okay. And grabbing a little bit of white and just playing with these gorgeous colors. My periwinkle, my light blue, and my white. I'm really feeling this. This is looking really pretty. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a darker purple along the outside edges. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this purple over here. I'm gonna sneak in a little bit more blue. And I'm also gonna sneak in a little bit of black. So I'm creating what's called a tone here. And with this gorgeous toned down purple, beautiful, I'm going to add that on the outside edge. So this is purple with a little bit of gray, essentially, but we kind of used that purple that we had that had white in it, and then we added a little bit of black. So however you need to come up with that color. And the idea here is that we're creating sort of like a vignette so that our little bunny can be center stage here. So just a little bit darker color along the outside edges. And then yeah, I'm toning things down a little bit with some black and white. That's looking so pretty and so spring-like and Eastery. This is a very adorable painting. I love painting characters because once you've created it, it's like you have a little buddy now. And you're like, oh wow, look at this cute little, you know, character that I've made. Okay, super pretty, a little bit more white in the middle. I'm just really having fun getting the brush moving there. Very nice. Okay, and then I think maybe even a little bit more of a vibrant blue. You're gonna work this area until you just think that it looks good. So whenever you're feeling it, just go ahead and stop. I'm gonna do a few more. Ooh, that's very pretty. Brush strokes, that's with the white and light blue kind of together on the brush. Super pretty. Just again, playing with those few colors. Okay, and allowing the brush strokes to really show here, just creating some nice texture. And then if you go over it multiple times, then of course it starts to blend. So that's kind of the play here. Okay, that looks about right to me. Very, very pretty background. Now I'm going to grab my medium-sized brush again, rinsing all the purple that I blended with it out of it. And then we're going to make our hillside green. So I'm going to use my gorgeous phthalo green, my favorite color. And I'm going to add a little bit of yellow into it and some more white. Again, we're going to use a lot of white because we're doing that pastel Easter themed feel for today's painting. Okay, that color looks just about right to me. And now I'm going to take that brush, I'm going to go right over that same line that I did before, but you want to come up slightly into your purple sky without blending it too much into the purple. Okay, so we don't actually want to blend the green and the purple together because they're opposite each other on the color wheel and they're going to make brown. We are wanting to avoid that today for this step at least. So a little bit of rinsing in between each brush stroke is going to keep it from blending. So I kind of brought that green up into the purple, then I rinsed my brush, and now I'm going to continue on down off the canvas. And again, a little bit of white, always in all of these pretty colors. And actually, here, let's go ahead and grab our big brush again. You could fill that in with a medium-sized brush, but just to speed things up. I'm gonna grab Big Mama again and use most of that green. Perfect, there we go. And white, we're gonna have a whole new palette of colors for the second part of the painting here, so don't worry if you're making a mess on your palette, that is okay. Okay, and that's going much quicker now with the bigger brush. And I'm just being mindful to fill in that section with the brush strokes kind of going in the direction of the hillside, okay? You wanna have consistent brush strokes, all going in that same direction. Every brush stroke matters. Okay, very nice little hillside. So cute, setting the scene. Let's go ahead and just grab a little bit more white with some yellow for a gorgeous highlight. I'm gonna throw that right here, just like the sun is rising on our pretty little hill. Okay, and let's go ahead and now let this layer dry, and then we're gonna come back and add a whole bunch more. So I'll see everyone in a few. Okay, and welcome back, artists. We have a dry background here and fresh colors. I have yellow, red, and a little bit of phthalo green. I don't need my blue for the second part. And then a lot of white and a fair amount of black as well. I rinsed my brushes and got fresh water at break. Let's go ahead now and jump in and create our bunny. So this is gonna be the trickiest part of the painting, most technical part. I'm going to try to break it down as clearly as I can for everyone. And we're going to use our small brush. And keep in mind too that you can practice this shape on a papered table or a notebook or something before applying it to your painting as well if you're feeling a little nervous to apply your bunny. So I'm going to grab a little bit of white with my small brush, and the first shapes that I'm going to create is going to be 2 circles. So since I want to have my bunny sitting right on my hill, I'm going to start with his little back leg circle, which is going to be sitting right on top of my horizon here. So I'm going to do a little circle like so for the back leg. And then I'm going to do the head. And the head is going to be kind of up at an angle, not too far away. I'm going to start small because I can always make my circle bigger. Okay, they're going to be roughly the same size, about like so. So my first circle was a little bit too far forward. So as I adjust, I'm going to bring it out a little bit further here to the left. And I could do the same thing really with this one, bring it a little bit further this way. Okay, so that they're kind of stacked on top of each other correctly. I'm gonna have a little in-between part here, and then gotta have the little cotton ball tail, so cute. And then the front part is gonna be pretty simple. It's gonna have a little back leg attaching to that circle. And then kind of here from the neck, just 2 little tubes for legs. And this is sort of the shape of like a really simple like cat also. Okay, and then we're going to kind of soften this shape as we fill it in. And then the face here, we're actually going to create a little bit of a snout. So from the front there, just ever so slightly, you're just going to want to push it forward into a little bit of a sort of triangular shape. And then of course the ears, cute little big ears, little for, you know, a bunny, but big for this bunny. Big proportionally. 2 ears right on top of his cute little bunny head. Okay, now let's go ahead and fill that in with white, and we're going to see our shape a little bit better. Every bunny is gonna look different, and that is totally fine. And I'm filling it in with white, but you could certainly make like a gray bunny or a brown bunny too. How cute. I've been watching for little bunnies running around here. I have not seen them quite yet, but they're very, very common where I'm at right now in the Pacific Northwest, and they're just the cutest. They're usually brown here. Just the cutest. I love bunnies. Okay, just getting that all filled in and trying to not lose sight of my sketch lines too much. We will find them again when we do our black outline layer. And I'm using, again, my medium-sized brush for this, but you could certainly use a smaller brush if you'd like to have a little bit more control. And I'm filling in all of the shapes in the direction of the shape, just like I did down in my hill, because every brush stroke matters. Okay, and then bringing it down here. It's it's kind of the fur, you know, so it's got to be all consistent. Bringing that all the way down to just sit right on top of our little hill. So cute. Okay, this is kind of bunny belly in there, so not too defined. Adorable. Okay, now I'm going to grab my small brush again, and I'm going to create the little tulip that our bunny is going to be sniffing. So cute, just adorable. But before I do that, just really quickly gonna kind of bring this white out in a few places with this small brush. Now that I do have that in my hand, real quick little, what I call a finesse. Just making sure his little bunny butt is sitting firmly on our cute little hill. Okay, and now I'm going to mix a little bit of orange. So that's just going to be yellow and red together. Such a pretty color. Ooh. Add a little bit of white in there too, just to keep that pastel theme running. We're running with the Easter theme today. And we're going to do that tulip coming up to meet our adorable little bunny's face, like so, like he is sniffing that flower. So cute. So you're gonna do a little U, like so, and then kind of pull a curved brush stroke down from either side. I'll create this shape like so, and then I like to do one more little petal kind of in the back there, and that'll make more sense too once we start to add the outlines and highlights. But now let's go ahead and do a little bit of blades of grass. So we're kind of working with all of our main shapes right now, getting our base color on, and then we'll add our highlights and shadows. So I have a little bit of my phthalo green here, and I'm mixing it with white and yellow, like so, to get that grass green again. So pretty. And I'm going to connect my tulip to the hillside, like so, and create a nice big little balancing type leaf on one side of it. So cute. And then maybe a smaller one on the other side. Adorable. Now I'm going to do a few blades of grass coming up from the hillside, just like a nice little patch of grass and flowers, welcoming spring with this cute painting today. And now when we go around our bunny, we do want to add some grass to make it look like he's kind of sitting in the little grass patch. But I just painted that white, so I know that it's going to still be wet, which is okay. But I'm going to go ahead and do all the grass around him first. And then I'm going to do that last, because I know that white is going to blend, so I'm going to only do like one brush stroke at a time. And this is a very kind of cartoony painting. The technical term there, cartoony. So these are very defined blades of grass. Okay, that looks good. You can go over them a couple times if you need. But rather than like a whole bunch of different textures, we're just doing sort of some cartoon looking grass. And then around our bunny too, just a few, like so. Gives him a little sense of place there in the grass patch. How cute is that looking? Okay, gonna still have my small brush here, and I'm going to do a few more things now in my rabbit. I'm gonna switch back up there. I'm going to take a little bit of pink. So pink is going to be red and white together. So cute. Okay, and I'm gonna do a little rosy cheek. Pretty much centered, but then kind of further down and a little bit to the left. I know that sounds a little technical, but kind of go from the center point and then come down and left a little bit. And I'm going to very daintily fill that in with the pink. So cute. Little round rosy cheek. I'm also going to bring that same pink up into the inner part of this outside ear. Okay, because we'd be looking kind of in one of the bunny's ears here. Okay, great. And then in the tulip, I'm gonna be kind of jumping around here, little details here and there. I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white for a real subtle highlight on either side here, and then maybe a little bit in the back one as well. So cute. Okay, and now I'm going to take a shadow down into my grass with a little bit of phthalo green and a little bit of black. Super pretty. So this is going to be like a secondary color that we're adding here. Starting to build up a little bit more dimension on our hill here, right alongside our leaves here in our beautiful tulip. Adding a little bit of interest, breaking up that solid green color. Okay, very cute. You can see this adorable little Easter bunny coming along. Okay, all the little blades of grass, and then also I'm gonna take a little bit of water in there just so that this goes nice and smooth. But right along sort of where the grass is growing, I'm gonna do a few swipes of green, like so. Again, kind of just establishing a little sense of place for where our cute little bunny is. So cute. Now, actually, I'm gonna grab my medium-sized brush and do that a few more times with sort of a more watered down version of that beautiful green, just to break up that whole hill space. Okay, so we're working with layers here. Just kind of breaking it up a little bit. Nice. There we go. And why not a highlight too down there? So I have a very, very light green here. I'm gonna throw that all through my little hillside as well. Just quickly with my brush, adding a little bit of sort of dry brush texture. Nice. And then I think I want to add just a little bit of phthalo with white as well for sort of a secondary highlight. We'll be pretty much done with our little hillside there, with the exception of a little bit of black, which we will add in a bit. Okay. Breaking it up, making it look not just one solid color. Okay, I think we're ready to start adding a little bit of black, and that's when everything's going to really come together nicely, I think. So a little bit of black on our baby brush here, smallest little detail brush. I'm going to start by defining where my little hillside is. And then I'm going to bring this black as a nice little brush stroke, graceful through each of these shapes. Little flick of the wrist, real gentle, and I'm using my tiny little brush today. And a few shadows along the hillside as well. So a few horizontal shadows. That's the shadow that the grass is casting upon the hill. Okay, there we go. So cute. All right, looking good. And now I'm going to outline my tulip. Very gentle amount of pressure here. And then I'm going to bring my brush strokes down to sort of meet each other, like so. And then outline that little triangle shape in the back. Nice. Going to shadow the stem as well. Okay, that looks really cute. And now going into our bunny. So we don't want to outline every single shape here. We're just going to kind of create some shadows. So the first shape that I'm going to outline is going to be this outside leg edge. And then there's going to be a line of separation between the two legs, but you don't have to come all the way up with that line. Then I'm shadowing where his little feet touch the ground and right where his little foot comes around. Here on the circular kind of back leg part that we started, I'm just going to do one little brush stroke, like so, sort of accentuating his leg. Then I'm going to outline the tail and his little bunny butt. All right. And then outline his back or her back. Easter bunny. I'm not sure. It was the Easter bunny male or female. Okay, and then right along the outside edges only here. Okay, looking good. I'm going to go along the outside edge of the ear. Very gentle. Refining my shape. Okay, just to the top of the head. So cute. Okay, and then we're not going to connect all the way here. We're just going to go now from the top part of the ear down the face. You want to kind of accentuate his cute little snoot. So cute. Like so. And then we're going to bring this line a little bit further in, but not all the way. Nice. Okay, that's looking good. And then, of course, the back ear as well. Looking adorable. Can't wait to see everyone's bunnies. Oh yes, I need to mention that I have a Facebook group for my students to share their art. It's called the Art Club, and there's a link to join in the description box below. I'd love to see your art, so please do share it with us. Okay, a few more final touches here is going to pull everything together. It's just going to be so cute. So let's do a little bit of gray shadow first. I'm going to take my medium-sized brush again for one more moment. And I'm going to make a little bit of gray. Like so, light gray. And I'm going to, with this brush, take a little bit of a shadow on the outside edge here of his little bunny butt, right here along his leg. This is very subtle. Like maybe one right here along the sort of leg area. One sort of accentuating that curve of his neck. And along the ear right here. And then also a few little brush strokes of gray on that back ear. Just creates a little bit of a shadow of that front ear. I think that looks good to add as well. Okay, that's looking good. And now I'm gonna grab my tiny brush again. I'm just gonna fix that one a little bit over my outline. Okay, and then my last little touches, I'm going to go into the front ear with the black. I'm going to outline that side of the ear and then take that line a little bit further up. And then the eye and the nose are probably the most important part. So the eye I'm going to put right over the sort of middle part of the circle for the cheek. And I'm going to bring a little kind of half circle in towards the nose. And then for the little nose here, I'm gonna create like a little mini heart. Super cute. You never know, they always look a little different each time. Super cute. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more white in there just to kind of finish things off. And make sure everything looks nice and solid. Okay, but that's looking pretty cute to me. You can add any other final touches that you would like to your painting, but that is all the instruction that I have for you guys today. So let me know what you thought of today's painting in the comments section below. I would love to see you over in the art club, and until next time, stay creative.